And good Saturday morning, everybody. Great to have you back with us once again. Hope everybody's doing well. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right. Glad to be here. We're our usual 3 to 5 minutes late, but if we weren't, then it wouldn't be us, and it would be a doppelganger from another universe. So,
There you go. The multiverse. That's it. And yes, unfortunately, I've still got the lingering cough. So I hope you all can put up with me because I'm sure there'll be a few coughing fits in between here. But did you have a good week?
it was long and stressful. Let's put it that way.
Oh no!
Well, I got off work Monday and I had to go straight and do a gig because we had
Right.
a show booked for Cinco de Mayo, which was on the 5th. And so we played, started at 6. It's okay. We were supposed to play to 9. So I started putting my instrument down. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, we just playing to 9, right?" So, well, they want us to play another hour. I'm like, "What?" Of course, I'd already worked. Hadn't even had time to take a shower. I just brought some clothes with me, and okay. I said, yeah. And so they threw some money in our face, and after I saw the money, I was like, well, okay, maybe I can do another hour. So it was for that hour. It was as much as we were going to get, for the whole show before. So okay, we can do that.
Wow.
But by the time I got home, it was like 11:30 or 12, and the time I got something to eat, it was like I got like 3 hours of sleep. So I never really have caught up yet.
Holy mackerel!
Got to play tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to go see my mom and my folks, and spend some time with my wife. And so I took a vacation day on Monday, so we're just going to have a day for us.
There you go.
It's been stressful for my wife too, where she's taking care of her sister and her mom now. So we're going to take a day.
I don't blame you. You guys deserve it, man. Time just flies right by. You need to think about retirement.
I know. I want to so bad. Few more years.
I say that.
Yeah.
This coming from a guy who thought he'd have all the time in the world once he retired to do what you want. And all I do is go to doctor's appointments and run errands here and there, groceries and everything else.
Yeah, I can't get this guy on the phone. I can't get him on a text. He just, he's out there somewhere. I know, but I know I'll see him on Saturday, so that's when we have to try to catch up. We're 5 minutes late. It's okay. Well, that's normal. Let's just do it.
Yeah, that's it. So, well, what do you say we bring in the peanut gallery and see how they're doing?
Let's do that.
All righty.
The peanut gallery's on the run. We got the comics to bring the fun. Saturday morning, time to cheer. Man, we're glad you're here. North, south, east, and west, peanut gallery, you're the best. All our friends, both far and near, man, we're glad you're here.
Yes, indeed. We are glad you are all here once again with us. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Kind of rainy and overcast and kind of raw again today up here. So hope the weather's much better where all you guys are.
Yeah, it's been kind of dreary all week. We've had spots of sunshine, but I think it might be a decent day today. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, you got to send some of that sunshine north. All right. Well, let's check in with the peanut gallery. I think if I remember correctly, I looked this morning and we got just a slight reversal of the usual. So we're going to shake things up a little bit here. We're going to start out with ECR.
Whoa.
All righty. And we'll shift over to the thing here. We've got ECR, Easy Comic Reader. How you doing? Great to have you with us once again. He says,
As
my
always.
My apologies to Anthony for cutting the line this week. Please read his story first. Oh, okay. Well, we can do that. We can do that. All righty. So now we're going to go back to the old way.
I'm
All right.
confused.
Crazy. I'm crazy this morning. All right. We're going to go back to the media assets and we're going to bring up, all right. That's right. If we do things out of order, it might, destroy the megaverse or multiverse. All right. So we've got Anthony Purdue with us. I got to find where in the thing there he is right there. There we go. Anthony Purdue, great to have you with us once again, my friend. Looking forward to this story.
As always.
He says, easy, my friend. What better way to start off the day than with a delightful song? Yeah, and we're going to have that song. Yes, sir, Bob.
And Anthony says, Happy Mother's Day, Peanut Pears. As a hobby, Mom liked to draw her own images and ones she recreated from comic books and magazines. She used pens, pencils, pastels, crayons, charcoal,
and watercolors. She had a large collection of personally autographed photos she got from movie, radio, and TV stars she wrote to when she was a kid and a young woman.
Nice. She got me interested in the pop culture she enjoyed: comic strips, comic books, country and western music, old-time radio shows, etc.
And in 1972, when old-time radio was once again popular, Mom and I went to a local hardware store where we were surprised to see a wing stack of old old-time radio shows on 8-track tapes. Oh, 8-track tapes, man. You had Gunsmoke, Cisco Kid,
Dick Tracy, Lux Radio Theater, etc. She bought me all of them, one of each. In her last days, she talked about the pop culture she loved: Plastic Man, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Captain America
were her favorite characters. She passed away in my arms. Sorry to hear that. My friends, Teddy and I wish the very best in health and happiness for your moms. We'll catch the replay. Take care, everyone. Well, thank you so much, Anthony, for another wonderful story. We always look forward to them, and thank you so much for bringing your memories to us, all of us, every Saturday morning.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Anthony.
Cool beans. All right, and we're going to go back up now, and we'll pick up Easy Reader. And here he goes. He says, good morning, everyone. Sunshine, and he's got the wave going. I remember a while back when Brother Shannon shared a birthday haul, and he showed a Paul McCartney album. I hope he likes the next tune coming up.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, you ready? I don't know.
You remember that song?
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. You want a book to last forever, one that will never fade away. I want to help you save your treasure. Stick around and stay. Bag 'em up. Bag 'em up. Oh, yeah. Bag 'em up. They'll last longer. Bag 'em up. I say.
Another one for the hit list. I love it. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah,
great song.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I always loved that song when it came out, but mainly it wasn't one of his best songs, but mainly I loved it because of the video. Do you remember the video?
I don't.
It's like they were doing the song, and it was like Paul singing, and like all the band behind him were like him and Linda doing all the characters. Like there was a young version of Paul where he was doing the oohs, and Linda was playing herself, and she was playing another guy with a mustache, and then they had like a bearded guy on drums, and then you had like, Paul doing Buddy Holly. It was hilarious. I watched it with my wife last night, and I forgot how much I liked that video.
When did that song come out?
It was like 1980, maybe early 80s. Yeah.
So where did you get to see the video? Because it was before MTV then.
Yeah, I mean, it was on. I forget what it was on, but yeah, it was before MTV.
Oh yeah, because I'm thinking, I don't remember seeing music videos before MTV.
Yeah, it might have been like on a variety show or whatever, like where they would do the promo things. And but yeah, it was on.
Well, if anybody remembers out there in the peanut gallery, please let us know where did you see that video? Hey, I do like rhyming.
Yeah, you check it out. It's really funny.
Oh, cool beans. All righty. So thank you once again, Mike. Great hit. Another one for the archives. Going to go on the album series. So
yeah, I think we got room for maybe 2 or 3 more on volume 5. So
you got room for a couple more.
Yeah.
All righty. Okie dokie. All right. And here's Anthony Perdue and with his story. A wonderful story again. Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate that. And let's see what's up next. Oh, well, how about if I apologize because I am running on very little sleep. So let's see here. Okay, now I know where I want to be. And we know what comes up next. Here we go. And good morning to Lady Maranya. How you doing, Maranya?
Happy Saturday, Lady M.
Great to have you with us once again. Keep us in line. Keep everything rolling on time. Cool beans. She says, thank you for your wonderful story about your mom, Anthony. My mom, too, liked to draw a little, and she encouraged me in my hobbies. My best to you and Teddy, Anthony. Cool beans. Yes, yes, yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
ECR, I love that song from Sir Paul and your new take on it. You need to do a video with Dolly Jr. and Amos Moses lip syncing the version of that song. That would be awesome. Yeah.
That would be awesome. Oh, that would be so cool. And she also says, I loved watching Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp growing up.
There was a couple years when I was in school, I got teased real heavily about that TV show.
Yeah, I can imagine, brother. I can imagine. Oh, my gosh.
But that's funny because I picked up the first issue of that comic from Gold Key just maybe a couple of years ago. I saw it at a show and I was like, whoa, well, this has to be in the collection, But I always thought that was so funny. I don't know what it is about me and apes and monkeys because I like that show. I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. One of my favorite groups is the Monkeys. So it's a simian thing.
There you go. You don't see Lancelot Link is not like some of the other old shows, which are they do put out in like syndication and stuff like that. You don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can get that on DVD or anything. I mean, I've seen a lot of clips on YouTube, but yeah, I'm not sure if they got it out of any kind of set or anything. I've seen
they do have it out or had it out at one point. I don't know if it's still available, but they did have them out. And next time I'd like to. That's something I'd like to research too because I enjoyed Lancelot Link Secret Lancelot Link Secret. It was just one of those cool shows. It was just different, so different than all the others. Tons of fun. Maranya also says, roll that beautiful cool bean footage, please. You got it. Here we go. Boom. There we go. The Legion of Peanut Pets. Hope all the pets are doing fine today. Cool beans. All right.
And Missing Mars says, good morning, Easy. Anthony and Mariah, glad to see you, MM.
How you doing, Double M? Great to have you here once again, sir. Hope your day is going well. And Mariah says good morning to Double M and Ludwig.
And Hickey's in the house early. Welcome, sir. Happy to have you.
How you doing, Hickey? He's saying hello, Peanuts, and hello to you, sir. The hardest working man in videos right there.
Right.
Hickey. I'm still trying to catch up on everybody's videos, but I will get there. I will get there, doggone it.
And Joe's in the house. Crazy Hungarian. How's it going,
Hey,
buddy?
Joe.
He says, howdy, Rod and Shannon. All you peanuts. Finally a Saturday off for me. Let the memories begin. Nice. Yeah, I caught the biggest part of his stream last night with Easy and all the other guys and Rob, and it was a good show. I didn't get on there, but I chimed in for a couple of minutes. They had to show some really good stuff.
Oh, cool beans. I got it. That's another one I got to put on my list here. He had sent me an invitation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. And then last night, my son stopped by, and now that he's got his laundry, they moved into a new apartment, him and his buddies. And now that they have washing, what am I trying to say? A washing machine and a dryer. We don't get to see him as much because he doesn't come down to do his laundry anymore. Before in the old place, it was going to cost him like $6 or $7 every time you did laundry because it was a quarter machine or whatever.
Yeah.
So I do want to. I didn't get a chance to check it out last night because he was visiting, but I will be checking it out today. And Missing Mars says, Ludwig says, meow.
And Double M says, Joe, hello, friend.
He also says, hey to Higgy, too.
And Higgy says, hi there, Hit Rod and Shannon Base Cannon. I'm sure he meant to say Hot Rod, but how's it going, buddy?
Higgy, hope you're having a great day. Tempest from Mars is with us as well.
Welcome, sir.
He says, good afternoon, Peanuts, and good afternoon to you, sir. Hope all is going well on your side of the world.
Appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely.
And Eric Green says, as the professor does,
yes, sir. Excuse me. Always great to have the professor in the Peanut Gallery. Great to have you with us, Eric. And we got Michael Taylor. How you doing, Michael?
Welcome, sir. Glad to see you.
He says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, and fellow chatters. And great to have you with us once again, Michael. Hope everything's going well for you on this Saturday morning.
And Werewolf by Lunchtime's in the house. Welcome.
How you doing, Werewolf?
And he says, long and stressful. That's what my wife says. Hi, guys.
Oh, my gosh. And Michael Taylor says, Shannon, you saw some extra comic signs in your eyes when you were getting that money.
I always seeing comic signs in my eyes. And Michael says, how are you, Werewolf?
Higgy Pop says Shannon needs a manversary day for himself.
Yeah, you didn't get to see that video yet where he just celebrates his manniversary?
No.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
another masterpiece from Higgy. Yeah.
Yeah, on the list, man. I'm falling so far behind, man. I gotta catch up. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, what's up, Michael? Hope you are well.
I'm one of us in the house. Welcome, sir. Happy to
How
see
you doing, one of us?
He says, hi, Rod and Shannon and Peanuts. Good morning. And good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Great to have you with us once again. Maranya says, Higgy Pop. How are you and Hawk Dog doing today? She wants to know. We all want to know.
And Michael Taylor says, I'm good. And you, Werewolf?
And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, hi, I am one of us. He's giving a wave.
And Marion says, good morning to you from this side of the pond, TFM. Good morning, Hungarian. And Michael.
There we go. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, tired, Michael. Hanging in there, though, he says.
I can sympathize.
Yes, I mean too.
And Miranda says, hello and meow to you and Lady Coco Lump Bottom Eric.
Lady Coco lump Bottom. I love it.
It'd be like the greatest name ever.
I am one of us says hello to Werewolf by Lunchtime.
And Michael says, good morning, Miranda. Good to see you. How's everything? You've been missed on cover ranking.
Cool means. And Maranya also says, Maranya says, hey there, Werewolf. Hope Rico is keeping you in line. Good morning, I am one of us.
And she also says, I've been getting rest, Michael. I hope to be there on Sunday.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Rico is asleep on the couch, Maranya. He only lifts his head when Jackson makes an amusing comment.
And I'm one who says, hi, good morning, Maranya Valkonen.
Michael Taylor says, Maranya, get as much rest as you need. It's important. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We are evidence of that.
Yes.
Brian says, I wouldn't say it rained hard here the past couple of days, but I saw an arc floating down the street.
But
yeah. Had a couple of those days here in the last few months.
And the Jackson Roy Kirk is with us once again. How you doing, Jackson?
Hey, Jackson. Glad to see you.
Hope your Saturday's going well, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
And Martin says, Jackson.
And the Jackson Roy Kirk says, bag 'em up. Perfect, easy. I love that song, and you made it better. Ha ha. Indeed, indeed, indeed.
And Jackson Roy says, yes, Paul played about 20 parts in that video. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Crazy Hungarian Joe says, morning to Maranya.
And Jackson says, Maranya.
And Ranger Sly and Ava to the North. How you doing, Ranger?
Hey, Ranger, good to see you, buddy.
Always great to see you in the Peanut Gallery, my friend. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning with us. Appreciate it.
And Maranya says, I believe the video was either on the Midnight Special or SNL back in the day. Yeah, I know it was on some show because MTV hadn't happened yet. So,
I forgot all about Midnight Special. Wow.
You forgot about Midnight Special?
I did.
That's almost like forgetting about New York City.
New York City. Yeah, that used to be what? Late Friday nights, like midnight.
Yep.
Hence Midnight Special. Duh.
Good stuff, yeah.
But and Maranya says, good morning to you, Ranger Sly.
And Werewolf says, Rod Paul McCartney was the bass player in a band called the Beatles, popular beat group between 1963 and 70. Just saying.
Oh, did they put out some records?
Yeah, they had one or two.
What?
You know, they were okay.
They were okay. Thank you, Werewolf. And Triple P is with us. How you doing, Andrew?
Welcome, Andrew.
He says, greetings and salutations, Rock and Rod and Shocking Annan. Shannon. I can't talk today. Dame Maranya. See, I cannot talk. And the rest of the Peanut Gallery. Boy, did I screw that up for you, Andrew. Let's try that again. Greetings and salutations, Rock and Rod and Shocking Annan. See, I'm going to do it again.
Hey, Rod, if you're going to continue to do this show, you're going to have to stay off the drugs, son.
Oh, man, come on. I thought they were supposed to help me. Andrew, thank you so much, man, for spending your Saturday morning with us once again, my friend. Hope everything's going well for you today. So I'm sorry for screwing that up, man.
And the Jackson Roy Cook says, the slyest of the Rangers with the fist bump.
There you go. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Jackson!
And from Maranya, greetings and salutations to you, Triple P.
And the Jackson Roker says, Hobbs!
And Michael's giving a happy Mother's Day to everyone and to you as well, sir.
Yes. Is it really this weekend, Mother's Day, or is it next weekend?
It is tomorrow, my friend.
It is. Oh, my gosh, man.
Yeah, so I'm going up tomorrow to see, her and my dad, and where my birthday is Monday, we get to celebrate it, quite a bit because I was born on Mother's Day. So we're going to go up, and she's going to fix one of my favorite meals, and I'm going to bring her some stuff, and we're going to have a good day.
Cool beans. I'm going to get a hold of my mom. I want to see if I can take her out for lunch. I don't get over to see her as much as I should. And I'd like to take her out to lunch. So maybe I can get her to go tomorrow. Let's see. Ranger Sly says, howdy, V. Jackson.
And Robert Harrison's in the house. Welcome, Bob.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Yep. So it's coming up. Was that in the summer of 1980, a number one song. Yep. I know it was like early 80s. So Thank you for that, Robert. Appreciate it.
Cool beans. Maranya says, good morning to Robert.
And Robert says, morning, Maranya.
Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Shannon, into monkeys? I thought he was a hamster fan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Werewolf, maybe your information's outdated, or maybe it's the wrong information. I'm not sure about the hamster thing. And Ranger Sly says, howdy, Bob.
And Scotty Z70's with us once again. How you doing, Scotty?
Welcome, Scotty.
He says, wasabi.
And Hinky says, hey, Maranya, hot dog as well, and says hello.
Awesome. Michael Taylor says, hey there, Eric's cat looks like it with the calico colors. Man, oh man, I am just not with it today. Hey there, Eric's cat looks like it with the calico covers. I did it again. What is it? Doggone it. The calico colors. Sorry that I butchered that, Michael. Oh my gosh.
And Ron says, wasabi is a great on sashimi. It cleans my sinuses. One day I'll treat myself to some again.
Scotty says, and wasabi makes Nanny Fine talk normally.
Nice. And World says, you're not supposed to snort wasabi, Maranya, LOL. Although I have seen Steve-O do it on Jackass. So,
ow. That would not be fun, I don't think. Scotty says, it was a freezing 64 degrees on the beach this morning. Oh, there you go. I wish it was here. It was like, I think 51 or 52 this morning starting out.
Yeah, a lot of times we have like 45 to 50 in the mornings and then 82 by the end of the day. So, it's crazy.
I can live like that.
Yeah. Ronnie says, I don't snort it, but just a little on the raw fish hits my nose like a sledgehammer, Werewolf.
Ouch. Oh. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, makes me cough, Maranya.
And Michael says, easy, Shannon, need your voice for the band.
And Dr. Von Chiller is with us. Hey, John.
Welcome, John. How to see you, buddy.
Great to have you with us once again, my friend. Hope everything's going well for you today. He says, howdy, y'all. Been up since 3:30 this morning, prepping vegetables and proteins, sorting laundry, and listening to vintage live Rammstein. Hours of this. I'm ready to go, he says.
He's juiced up.
Holy mackerel. He's done more this morning than I've done probably all week, I think. Holy cow.
And Scotty says, how do you place a date one when you become a man for your anniversary? Only Hickey knows.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Taylor says, hey, John, good to see you. How is everything?
And from Maranya, good morning, John. Wow, you've been busy. How are you and Lady Pauline doing today?
Cool beans. Michael says, wow, 3:30, John. That's early.
That sounds like time I get in from a gig. And Jeff's in the house, comic book curator. Welcome, sir. He says, hello, And hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Driving and listening. Doing my mama do list while watch on the rocks on the rewind. Ah,
Cool
that
beans.
stuff, Rod.
Cool beans there, Jeff. Great to have you with us once again. On the rewind, you'll see this. All right. Well, wait a minute. Hope all is well. Michael Taylor says, Rod, join the club. I have a bad cough myself. Oh, man, I hope it's not anything like what I got, Michael, because this has not been fun. It ebbs and flows, man. Ebbs and flows. I'll have a couple good days and then right back down to the cough. But they said it would hang on for 6 weeks or so. Yay.
Yeah, my little sis, she's had the crud for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but she's just now starting to get better.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And Rhonda says, good morning, CBC.
And the Geeky Puppet Show is with us. How you doing?
Welcome. How you doing, sir?
He says, hey, Michael Mouse Taylor.
And Triple P says, drugs is bad, Rod. You hear?
I'd be willing to try anything to try to straighten me out here. So, thank you, though. Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy, Michael. Howdy, Maranya, and all my little droogies. We're doing okay here. Getting ready for the, quote, sleep in the daytime summer schedule. Oh, I don't even have to wait till summertime. I can sleep in the daytime anytime of the year. Oh, my gosh.
And from Scotty, someone forgot Mother's Day is tomorrow. Good luck fighting traffic at Walmart for a gift today. Remember, it's the Sunday after Star Wars Day.
Oh, holy cow. Michael Taylor says, ha geeky.
And Maranya says, hey there, Froggy. How are you today?
Dr. Von Chilla says, yeah, Paul McCartney has recorded a couple of good songs. So says Pauline McCartney Rasmussen.
I got on after I showed my wife that I got on a McCartney kick, and I found Good Night Tonight and Silly Love Songs and Maybe I'm Amazed and all kinds of stuff. And I gave my wife like a mini Paul McCartney history after the Beatles, and she was just kind of looking at me. I was like, okay, I'm going to shut up now. Get me talking about music or comics, and it's all over.
I was going to say, I know that look that you get from the missus in situations like that, because that's how I get it if I'm over explaining a comic book or a TV show or something like that, and just get the look. Like,
yeah,
okay,
and in their head they're saying, well, it makes him happy, so
And the Geeky Puppet Show says, hey, Maranya, I'm getting ready for bed.
And she says, get some good rest then, Froggy.
Well, by lunchtime says, it's my friend Janelle's mom's birthday today. Well, happy birthday to Janelle's mom. Can you wish Bronwyn a happy 80th birthday? Yes, happy 80th birthday, Bronwyn.
Happy birthday.
Yes, cool beans. 80 years, man. That's a great life right there. Holy mackerel. So happy birthday, Bronwyn. I hope we're saying the name right. Bronwyn. So Dr. Von Chilla says May 12th, 1963, a day that will live in infamy. Happy birthday, early Shannon.
Man, he just had to put the year on there, didn't he? Some people you think are your friends, and then some people, you think are your friends, and that's all I got. But thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, Maranya says, happy 80th, Bronwyn. Happy early birthday, Shannon.
Thank you, Maranya. Appreciate that. And Werewolf says, thanks, Maranya.
And Maranya laid down the pause line in honor of Pauline and Cat Murdoch. So I think it's time to show some comics. What you got, brother?
I think I showed like the last 3 or 4 times so first. So let's just see what you got this time.
All righty.
It's okay with you.
Yeah. Let's see. When am I going to start? I'll start with my recent pickups. How about that?
That'll work.
I just want to make sure I don't lose my spot. You got that set up for me nicely. So, all right, here we go. All right. just recently went to my local comic store and one of the local comic stores and picked up a few books, Bronze Age stuff. Nothing too earth shattering, but still some cool stuff that I needed to fill in some series and stuff like that. So we'll start right off with Unknown Soldier, number 260. I don't know if that light's going to be too much. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. That's a great cover.
And I'm trying to get all the appearances by Enemy Ace. So
nice.
So we're picking those up. And here's another Unknown Soldier, the next issue, 261.
Yeah.
So another Enemy Ace backup story in there. So look forward to reading that. And then this was an upgrade because my off the rack copy was very well loved. And it is Super Team Family number 1.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite books.
Square Bound Beauty.
Yeah, that was one of the many family books that DC had. You had Super Team Family, you had Superman Family, Batman Family, Tarzan Family.
It was just a family affair.
Just a family affair. It's just a family affair. That's a great cover by Dick Giordano, too.
Oh, cool beans. And picked up another square bound Bronze Age beauty. This is Giant Size Master of Kung Fu number 4.
Yeah, there we go.
So I'm trying to pick up all these giant size ones, whether they're annuals or just regular giant size.
Right.
Part of that series. So just love those square bound books.
Yeah, I'm closing in on those. Probably the only one I'll never have again is the Giant Size X-Men one, because I had like a really low grade copy probably 20 years ago and I sold it. So
ouch.
Yeah.
But I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Marvel Premiere number 7 with Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Trying to fill in these as they come. So, and then I picked up Creatures on the Loose number 33, featuring the Man Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Got old Jonah Jameson right there.
Yeah.
What's he gonna? He's gonna shoot his own kid? Come on.
Yeah, that Doctor Strange cover you showed had the Clea on it. I was kind of wondering, are we going to see Charlize Theron as that character anymore in the movies? Because she looked perfect for that part.
I don't know. I haven't heard much other than I've talked to a few people, and it seems the people it's 50-50 on the Thunderbolts as to whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I wanted to go see it just because it had the Sentry in it.
Yeah, I saw quite a few clips on it, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I did see the what's the one before it there, the Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah, I did see that one, and I didn't mind it. It was okay. There was nothing that really bothered me or anything like that, other than I wanted to see more of the Red Hulk.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point if you're going to have Hulk in a movie?
Yeah, don't put him in for 5 minutes. I want to see some action. I would have liked to have seen the Bruce Banner Hulk show up at some point and let them go at it for a little while. But
I did see something funny. As far as DC, I saw like a little preview for the second season of Peacemaker TV show. Have you watched the first season?
No, I haven't. I don't have the.
Yeah, there's a little clip of Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl like interviewing him. I guess he's trying to join the Justice League. Of course, they're going to show up in the Superman movie, but I think Peacemaker season 2 comes out like the month after that. But it's kind of funny, Gardner was laughing at him while he was trying to apply for membership.
I saw a clip recently from that show, and it was John Cena playing a Peacemaker, and he was talking. He was he was basically running down Batman to some guy telling what was wrong with Batman. Oh, how many times does he put criminals in jail just to let them get back out and kill people? And
Right.
it was pretty fun. I had to laugh. It was a pretty funny segment.
Yeah, that show was hilarious.
And I picked up 5 issues of Man Thing. This is from the first series, number 4.
Yeah, I love that one.
I remember having some of the early issues when it first came out, but then I just drifted back to all superheroes. And when you only got so much money as a kid, you know.
Oh yeah. I never did have any of those originally. I ended up getting like the whole set probably when I was about 20 or 25, I think.
And this is number 5.
Oh yeah.
Number 6.
Oh yeah, I thought something was funny. Originally in the Thunderbolts, I think Man Thing was supposed to have been one of the characters in it,
Oh, really?
and they wrote him out.
Now, did you see the Man Thing that they did on with Disney? Disney did.
Oh yeah, the Werewolf by Night special. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it
I thought that was awesome.
was great. Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked that. I was like, come on, you got to do something with that, you know? Here, and I picked up number 7.
nice.
And then from the second series, I picked up number 3.
Yeah, and I do need to complete that one. It only lasted 11 issues, but I think I've got about half of them now. Yeah.
So that was what I picked up this one too. A Marvel Chillers number 1 with Modred the Mystic.
Oh yeah, I love that little series.
So
I think only about 7 issues in that one.
yeah, it didn't go very long at all.
Yeah,
I was up for a cup of coffee and that was it.
Yeah, I think I need 1 or 2 for that too.
And then I found these. I don't know. Well, I do know because I don't put things away. That's why they were just hanging around. And this is the Savage Sword of Conan, number 26.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice one.
it's always like Christmas when I come down here. Open up a box and it's like, what's in it? I don't know. And this is number 66.
Man, you gotta love those covers.
They had some spectacular covers. You are right, man. I never was a Conan collector. In fact, I think I've told the story many times about a friend of mine giving me 1, 2, 3, and 5. And I knew they would be worth something, but I didn't collect them myself. So I turned them into Avengers books and stuff like that. So, and number 79. Oh, this is.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for the glare.
Well, you got to look at that like, okay, what would have made you happier, having the Avengers books you have now, or having Conan? You know.
Yeah, and that's
Now,
exactly.
It's more about the personal value. You know.
That's exactly what I did. It was like I didn't collect these, so somebody else can have them, and I'll benefit as well.
Right.
You know, so it's a win-win for everybody. I figured I'd show some of the paperbacks that I got here. We start off, of course, with the Hulk. This is from 1966.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And it's got the cartoon. It's got the comic strip style.
Right.
So
yeah, I love those books.
So I picked that one up not too long ago, I don't believe. And then here's a Fantastic Four done in the same style. And this is like a year later. This is 1967.
Yeah.
So, and I think, was this the one that's autographed? Yeah, this was autographed by Joe Satagadata. Whoever
We
that
all
is.
know it. We all knew him well. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So I have his autograph in this. Oh, and then of course they come out with the colored ones, the colored strips. So I have two of those, two of the Incredible Hulks. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, that the first one that came out in color that reprinted the first Fantastic Four 6 issues. That was my first exposure to the Fantastic Four. So
Oh, really?
so I got to read like the first 6 issues of that. Before, because back when I started, I wasn't a Marvel guy. I just collected DC stuff. But that was once I got into that, I was, okay, well, I might like this group. So
Cool, awesome. And I picked up Hulk Volume 2 of that, which is pretty cool. And again, it's more of the comic book style, just shrunk down to paperback size.
all right.
And then there is Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Same type of style.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, it's funny showing those Hulk books. I saw an interview with Mark Ruffalo, and they were asking about the Hulk, and he said there will never be a standalone Hulk movie, just because it's another one of those properties that's not owned by Marvel and Disney. Just like, of course, they worked it out with Spider-Man, and they worked it out with Fantastic Four because Fantastic Four was under Fox, Spider-Man under Sony. So the way he talked, there would never be a Hulk movie because of those people. So
yeah, I forget who it is that it's over the distribution of it or something.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I can't. I used to know. I want to say Sony, but I don't think it is Sony. It's somebody else. I want a Hulk movie.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to get you depressed there, but
Here's a Captain America. So, one of those same type.
yeah, there will also probably never be a Commandy movie. So okay,
This is one I just picked up recently. I think I've showed you guys already this.
Oh yeah, man, I would love to have that one. Yeah,
Thunder Agents. That was pretty cool.
Thunder Agents.
And then there's one with Batman here. It's got
oh, cool.
The comic book style. So
that is nice.
Pow! Zam! So pretty cool. And then this one here I got not too long ago, probably about 6 months ago. Superman, Serial to Serial.
Oh, cool.
I'd never seen this before, so. And I mean, they got pictures in here along with the story and whatnot.
Right.
Talking about the history of Superman in TV and entertainment and all that.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Classic.
There we go.
Yeah. Classic stuff. So I mean that was pretty good. That came in a group of 3. I picked up a couple other ones, but I don't know where I put the other ones. And then there was this one here. I've had this a long time.
Oh wow.
A long time.
That's a new one to me. So
yeah, and it's both pictures and prose.
Oh, so it's almost like a big little book.
Exactly. Yep. That's what it is throughout. So, but it was pretty neat. Like I said, I've had this a long time. When did this come out? Let's see if I can find out when it was published by Whitman Publishing. 1966. Well, I haven't had it since 66, but I bet you I've had it since about probably like 80, 81, something like that.
Nice.
So, let's see. Anything else here you can show? All right, I'll show these real quick because I know we both love Digest. I found some more of my Adventure Digest.
Oh, cool.
So this one is $4.93.
Yeah.
And then I don't even have to hold up 2 now. So I package them that way.
Yeah, I'm getting really close on completing all those.
This is $4.94. There is $4.95. Oh, which way? I guess this way.
Yeah.
So, and then this one here is $4.96.
Yeah.
And this one I do have to bring myself. For some reason, I've got 3. I don't know. And then we got $4.97 and $4.98.
Yeah.
Together.
There's some Gil Kane goodness going on those covers.
$4.99 and $500. This is $500 and this is $4.99.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And then here's another $500. And 2 of those for some reason. And then 501, which I think that's the last one, isn't it?
No, I think it was, for a while, I think it was like 503.
503?
They restarted it again in comic book form later on.
Oh, no, yeah. I was talking just the digest one, the last digest.
Yeah, last digest one I think was 503.
Oh. Okay. This one we got the Legion. So, all right. So there we go. So let's get back together once again. There we go. And there's the line. Thank you so much, Maranya, for providing that line once again. Keeps me in line. And Michael Taylor says, Rod, it might be it's bad. I can't remember what that would be in reference to. Might be it's bad. You'll have to explain, Michael. I'm sorry, my memory is not what it used to be. Oh, sorry. And the Geeky Puppet Show says, did my first message not go through? I don't know. I thought we read everything that you wrote. I'm not aware of one slipping by. He says, or was it skipped? No, we don't skip too many, very rarely. I'm looking back up through, but I do not see anything that we skipped. So I do not know. There's one there. Hey, Maranya, I'm getting ready for bed. There's Maranya saying, hey, Froggy. Where? But okay, and there he is saying, hey, Mickey Mouse, Michael Mouse Taylor. So, but that's all I see. So, all right, now let's go. There's the line. Boom, boom, boom. And Robert Harrison says, howdy, Ranger. Rangers Live. V. Jackson Roykirk says, wow, Shannon, you youngster, you're only a month apart. 1963 was a great year.
Yes, it was.
Diabetic Superman is with us. Hey, DS.
Hey, DS. Glad to see you, buddy.
Yeah, hope everything's going well for you this Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us. And Maranya says, good morning to DS and Shadow. The Geeky Puppet Show says, I'm guessing YouTube censored it. Uh-oh. That could have been. I don't know. V. Jackson Markirk says, I think Michael censored it. Oh. Maranya says, oh dear. What did you try to say, Froggy?
And do we want to know?
The Geeky Puppet Show, I shilled the channel. Well, no, we don't skip those. Certainly don't skip that. We don't skip anything. We read them all. So go ahead and throw down the information. We'll read it again. Werewolf by Lunchtime says perfectly pronounced, apart from the brawn and the wind. I'm sorry, Werewolf. Dr. Montilla says, happy 80th birthday, Bronwyn. And Maranya says, if you sent a link, it won't show for you, Froggy. Oh, I did not know that. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, just kidding. And the Geeky Puppet Show says, no link. Michael Taylor says, you can make a case that McCartney's post-Beatles career was just as good, if not better, than Lennon's. Wings was a great band.
They were. And he probably angered a bunch of John Lennon fans just now. But
Oh!
But yeah, I'm to some extent, I liked all the post-Beatles solo careers. But, McCartney's my favorite. I mean, he made I don't know if you'd say a more lasting impact, but as far as commercial-wise, and I think a lot of his tunes were catchier and more radio friendly.
Oh, man, I thought that was Ringo.
Yeah, it was funny. We were watching those McCartney videos, and it just, how YouTube just automatically goes to a video they think you'll like, and it went to them in the studio, and it was recording Let It Be, and watching. Oh, look, because they had Billy Preston playing the keyboards, because everybody knows who Billy Preston is, and then said they showed the drummer, and my wife was like, "Who's that on the drums?" And I'm like, "That's Ringo."
Poor Ringo. Never gets any respect.
Of course, she's not the, crazy over the top music file that I am, but, I thought that was kind of funny.
Diabetic Superman says, I'm a year and a half older than you, Shannon.
Yeah, DS, when we get this old, I really can't have a whole lot of sympathy, Oh, no.
I was not expecting that. Oh, I wasn't sure where you were going, but I wasn't expecting that. Oh, well, Diabetic Superman, we got to be close in the same age, though. I was born in July of 62, so we got to be close.
Right.
Mariah, she's put up the link for the Geeky Puppet Show. Check out the Geeky Puppet Show. They're only 5 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. Oh, if you haven't signed up for them, get over there and sign up for them. Let's push them over 1,000. I'd like to see that happen for them. Sure. They do a great job over there with the puppet, not the puppet, with the comic book readings. If you get a chance, they'll let you join in, So, and it is fun. It really is. So if you get a chance, definitely do it. Definitely check them out and enjoy it. They have a unique style of reading the old comics, but it's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. So thank you, Maranya, for putting that up there for Geeky Puppet Show. And if anybody needs any more information, just ask and we'll provide it. So. And the Geeky Puppet Show says, thanks. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, I will forward the birthday greetings on to her if she is still alive. Oh, no. Oh, there are just sometimes I wish I could read them before I say them. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. B. Jackson Worker says the McCartney had much more material released in the 70s compared to the other 3 Beatles. Yeah, I would think so, right? Yeah. Because you didn't hear a lot from Harrison.
Well, he had that big magnum opus of his, All Things Must Pass, which is just a classic album, And,
yeah, but I mean, as far as bulk.
Yeah. I don't think he released I don't think anybody released as much as McCartney.
Yeah. And Eric Breen, the professor, he says, Governor of Kung Fu, Rod. We've been over this, my and friend. You are correct. See, this is what gets me into trouble. I forget the rules. Thank you for reminding me, though, Eric. I will get it right. Michael Taylor says, very cool Master of Kung Fu train cover. Cool beans. Dr. Von Chilla says, Gil Kane lives. And I know what's coming up next. Let's see. D. Jackson Rourke says, anytime I see a Master of Kung Fu comic, all I can hear is Graphic Man's music as he plays the show when he shows one of the covers. And we got Michael saying the Kane signal is in the sky. So both Dr. Von Chilla and Michael, this is for you.
The man, the myth, the legend. He drew the heroes we all know. And too soon he had to go. Now he's revered by any other name.
There you go. Well, a Kane appreciation. Gotta love Gil Kane. Oh, all right. What else is going on here? We got the Geeky Puppet Show saying Eric Breen from wherever, weighing whatever. Sounds like a wrestling show.
Yeah, that's what I took it.
Ranger Sly says, yes, the Jackson Roykirk. McCartney was the hardest working Beatle. He was often the one to push the others to be more productive. And the Geeky Puppet Show says, Governor of Kung Fu. The Jackson Roykirk says, True Ranger. Cool beans. And the Geeky Puppet Show says, thank you for showing us your man thing, bro. Okay.
I knew somebody was going to say it.
Yeah, I should have known. I should have known better. Werewolf by Lunchtime, maybe at the end, Sly, but the 63 through 67 stuff is still the best to me. Revolver is a masterpiece.
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. My favorite Beatles album, also Werewolf. Yep. Found a nice copy of it at Half Price Books.
Oh, cool. Now, what are the songs on that one? I might recognize some.
I mean, it's a hodgepodge. I think that's why I like it. But stuff like Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine, She Said, Good Day Sunshine, Got to Get You Into My Life, all that good stuff.
Okay, yeah, I recognize all those that you mentioned. So
I think it's one of the reasons, and probably I've got an older copy of this, not with a sleeve, but my aunt gave me a bunch of LPs when I was a kid, and the Revolver was like the first Revolver, and the first U.S. Capitol album was like the first ones I ever listened to. So I got a little sampling of the Beatles from around that time. But yeah, I always love this cover. It's just so cool. Anyway, back to you, Rod.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Excuse me. I apologize for that. All righty. And then we got Jason. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Welcome, Jason.
He says, good morning, Rod and Shannon and the Peanut Gallery. Good morning to you, sir. Hope all is well. Hope you're having a good day over there. And Maranya says, good morning to Jason. The Jackson Roykirk says, the Werewolf by Night special on Disney Plus were very good despite having a werewolf in it. It was. I was really impressed with that. I didn't expect much out of it. You know, I'm saying, oh, okay, this is going to, probably be a joke. But boy, I was very impressed with it. The style that they did it in and everything.
Yeah, black and white. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Scotty says, I need to complete my Man Thing Volume 1 collection. I only need every issue.
Sounds like a good time to start.
There you go. You're almost there. Jason says, good morning to lovely Lady Maranya. Dr. Von Chilla says, back in 1993, I stood outside Paul McCartney's London home for about an hour, just hoping for a meeting. I did something similar in 1994, sitting in a pub in Soho Square across from his office.
Yeah, I remember him telling me that story or those stories.
Did he, Paul, John, did you take a picture there though? Because I thought I remembered him posting a picture somewhere.
There might have been. Yeah, I'd have to look back through my emails. But yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, I think I remember it might have been an email, personal email that he sent to you and I. And
I mean, you know, to a lot of people that would sound like you're a major fan, or maybe even a groupie. I don't know, that standing outside the home for an hour, that's getting into stalker territory. But that's just me, just messing with you, buddy. I know.
Oh man,
from McCartney and the Beatles. So
no, I know he does. He's got a much love for the Beatles, and I like the Beatles. But I've noticed like it was more the earlier stuff. I want to hold your hand. That type of bubblegum style music, I guess, is kind of what they call it a little bit. Yeah. But that's what I enjoyed. But those ones you read off the Revolver album, I like all those songs that you read off of that. So now I know I should go out and get that so I can have those songs.
I love all those songs. And probably two of my favorites is ones that really didn't make a lot of airplay was Tomorrow Never Knows, which was a John Lennon song, and She Said, which was also another great Lennon song.
Yeah, I don't recognize those two. Yeah,
they didn't make big hits, but I love those tunes.
Cool. Sometimes it's the songs that don't get the airplay that you think turn out the best.
Okay. That's me for the most.
Yeah, same way with a lot of I remember I had a Ronnie Millsap album in the late 70s, and I loved all his songs because it had all his hits on it at the time. But he had a song on there called Crystal Falling Rain, and I thought that was the best song on the album. And it never got airplay.
Yeah.
Unless you count Spotify now.
Getting played somewhere.
That's it. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, hey, it wasn't that good despite having werewolf in it. Scotty says, I thought he said Conehead instead of Conan. Conehead the Barbarian. That would be funny. Yes, it would be. Jason says, Conehead the Barbarian. A silver, I say, should have been Saturday Night Live skit. Oh, now, yeah, that would have been a classic Saturday Night Live right there. Triple P says, I have the complete run of Marvel Chillers. I started collecting it because of Rich Buckler's Tigra appearances. She has been a fave since the West Coast Avengers.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I saw them. I almost picked some up. If they're there next time, I probably will. I think it was what was it? Number 3, 4, and 5, I think were there. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I did want to pick them up, but you only got so much in the water. Kinky Puppet Show says, good night, kids. I'll be up for pizza later. Cool beans. Pizza all around. Michael Taylor says, speaking of Banner, I heard the reason that they changed the first name for the show was because they didn't like the name Bruce for him. Could be wrong, though. That was for the TV show?
Yeah, because it was David in the TV show. Yeah.
Yeah. That could very well have been. It's like, I don't know. They didn't like the alliteration thing that Stanley had. I don't know. Dr. Von Chilla says, Paul was definitely in his office when I was there in 1994. The light was on, illuminating the dozens of gold and platinum albums on the walls, and there was a Mercedes sports coupe parked in his spot.
Nice.
Oh, cool beans. Just the fact that you got to go there to his house, that's pretty cool, man. Because
I got to see him in concert, me and my son in Cincinnati a few years ago. And it was a great concert. Closest I ever got to Paul. The length of the baseball field.
Oh my gosh. Triple P says, I heard the same thing, Michael. And Jason says, actually, Shannon, they do own the rights to the Hulk. They don't own the distribution. Yeah,
That's what I heard. Yeah.
which is where all the money is. Yeah. Doggone them. Can't we all just get along? We want a Hulk movie, doggone it. Geeky Puppet Show says Universal owns Hulk. There you go. Thank you for that, Geeky. And the Jackson Roykirk says Universal has the rights to the Hulk as well. Thank you, Jackson. Cool beans. And Jason says Paramount, I believe, Ron. So we've got two different
opinions vary.
There we go. Michael Taylor says Triple P, some ridiculous reason like that. Yep. Jason says, okay, maybe Universal. Oh, now we're all together. Scotty says, not Sony, Memorex, Panasonic, Pioneer. Names from the past.
Right.
Jason Nutter says, but we did She-Hulk hides behind responses. Yeah, he knows. Oh, Dr. Mudge. What's that?
The comic was much better.
And Dr. Vontilla says, oh, I've got my copy of the Batman paperback, Rodney. I don't remember where I got it, but I know I've had it for more than 40 years. Wow.
Nice.
Awesome. Imagine that. You think about it, collectors like us, right? And John, and guys our age and whatnot, we've had stuff in our collections for like 40 and 50 years. It still boggles my mind when I think about it.
Terrible all at the same time.
Yep. Oh, the Jackson Roykirk says Mark Ruffalo doesn't want to do a true Hulk anyway. He doesn't want him to get angry. Oh, why play the part? I'm sorry. I like the Hulk that was in that first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
That's the Hulk I want, the Savage Hulk. That's what I want. I don't want the Professor talking Hulk there.
And I kind of like Ed Norton's version of Bruce Banner, in that Hulk movie.
Yeah, with the Abomination.
Yep.
That was pretty good. Robert Harrison 2.0, he says, how much are those paperbacks going for? I do not know, because I've had these for a while. I can tell you the one that I bought recently, the Thunder Agents one, that one went for like $5. But the 60s ones, I can't remember because I bought them off eBay, but I don't think they were that expensive, to be honest with you. They might have been $10, $12, something like that.
It all depends on grade too. So
yeah. So Night Tiger Comics. Hey Mike, how you doing?
Mike, happy to see you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, great to have you with us. I hope everything's going well. And thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Cool beans.
Yeah, he's been putting up some great stuff on Instagram. Some great books.
He always does. He puts up stuff that I've never, ever seen before.
I know. That's why I love it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of Golden Age stuff that I've never even knew existed. That I've seen on his channel or through Instagram, like you said.
Yeah, I think I just saw a Walt Disney book. It had like Mickey and Donald of them in the Spirit of 76 poses,
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of an expensive comic and high grade. But yeah, he's got some great stuff on
Yes, he does. If you get a chance, check out Night Tiger Comics channel. If you haven't subbed to him yet, please get over there and sub up to him, because you will not be disappointed. He's got a great collection and shows a lot of great books, like Shannon said, both on Instagram and on YouTube. So check him out. Thank you again, Mike. Maranya says, you are not wrong, Michael. They didn't like the alliteration of Bruce Banner, so they went with David. Supposedly more manly.
How is David more manly than Bruce?
I don't know.
I,
Oh,
you know,
I don't
that's one of those deals where like the people in charge of the characters are not comic book people.
yeah. Yeah. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Maranya says, "Hey there, Night Tiger." And Tempest from Mars says, "That's a nice set of paperbacks, Doc." Well, thank you so much, Tempest. Appreciate that. Night Tiger Comics says, "Throw those in my pile," he says. And Michael Taylor says, "Maranya, now I remember the reason." Triple P says, "You have multiple copies of Digest to give away, Rod. That is the answer." Bingo. Michael Taylor says, "Terrific books, Rod." Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that as always, my friend. And Dr. Von Chilla says, "Howdy, Robert. Howdy, Night Tiger." And I think I'm going to stop because it's already 20 past 11. So I'm going to stop, and then we can have you, get in here and show some books. Because I know you've got a few to show.
I've got a few to show.
Michael Taylor says I was referring to the. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I got you now, Michael. Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, I feel bad for you, man, because that's just no fun, man. It's just no fun. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
So, all right, you ready to show some books, brother?
Yeah, I can show some books.
All right.
Got a little hodgepodge of some Marvel Bronze Age stuff. Got some John Carter, Warlord of Mars, #1. And just for good measure, another #1. It's like Alfred E. Newman. What? Me with multiples? #2. Oh, here's some more Gil Kane goodness. Gil Kane and Dave Cockrum.
Gil Kane.
And #4. I guess is another. This is Gil Kane and Pablo Marcos. Marcos, another one of my favorites. Don't have the whole run, but another one of those I'm working on. This is probably a childhood copy because there's a big piece ripped out of the cover. #3.
Oh, look at that.
There's a well-loved version.
Yeah.
And here's #7. Oh, this is a great cover.
Nice.
And another #7 for some reason. You wonder how, I can kind of see if somebody completes a series having multiples, but how do you get multiples and you not even completed the series? I have no clue.
I can tell you how I do it. It's when I forget my notebook.
Where is that? Yeah, what I actually did, I just took pictures of all the pages in my want list. That way I'm like, okay. And here's another great Gil Kane cover. #10. How about that one, John? And here's #15. I think this is another Gil Kane. I forget who the inker is, though.
Wow.
And here is #18. Tarkith battles alone. Why settle for 2 arms when you can have 4? And here we have #19.
Nice.
War with the Wingman.
Now, how many issues did this series run?
It's like 20-some issues. I'm not sure.
Oh, cool.
There's another great cover. Here's #20.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to love all the ERB characters. 23, the Ernie Chan cover. And #28. His Pepto Bismol didn't agree with him there. And here's a king size annual. Those square bound beauties you were talking about. This is a good one. #1.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And #1 of War is Hell.
Oh, cool.
Great cover.
Yes.
Another one of those I've been trying to collect over the years whenever I see them. Here's number 2. Got a great John Severin cover. Sort of picture frame-esque.
Yep.
And number 3, more of the same.
Oh, nice.
And number 5.
Cool beans.
Number 7, starring Sergeant Fury. I think this is a Silver Age reprint in this one. It looks like...
looks like a cover from the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that purple background. And number 8, more of the same. Another reprint. Some Kirby art going on there.
Yeah. Nice.
And number 9.
Number 9.
And I do, this one will cost a few more bucks because I do believe this is the first appearance of Death.
Yeah.
In the Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Number 9 here. There's number 13.
A lousy day to die.
If you're on a raft and you're getting shot at by a plane, it is a pretty lousy day.
Yeah. That's just a great title. I love that. A lousy day to die.
The last issue of that. I'm not sure. And for some reason, we got, I don't know what the number is. It just says October. This is an old Atlas comic. My Girl Pearl.
Oh, wow.
Like some of the Archie stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Not sure the number. Dan DiCarlo on the art. And here we have Skull the Slayer. I like this series. I think I still need a couple to complete it. I'm sure you remember this one or have some of them.
I got a few of them, I think.
I think it lasted maybe 8 issues. Does that sound right?
Mm.
Skull the Slayer number 2.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Just little offbeat characters that you and I love.
Yep.
Number 6. Buscema and Esposito. Oh! Number 7.
Wow.
Number 8. What a great Jack Kirby cover.
Oh, that's a Kirby cover?
That's a Kirby cover.
Who inked that? You know? Because it doesn't look like the traditional Kirby with the square knees and...
Yeah, but you can tell it's Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at that guy in the background there.
Yeah.
Can tell.
Okay, and I'm sure you have these too. Tex Dawson Gunslinger.
Oh, yes.
3
issues.
Yeah.
That will live in infamy.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
And who can forget Chop Cycles?
Is that the Steranko cover one?
Yeah, that's Stranko cover.
Yeah. That might be what gets signed if I go next year and he's there.
And this one is just they changed the title from Tex Dawson Gunslinger to just Gunslinger. Here's number 2 with an awesome Gil Kane cover.
Mm.
I bet Dr. Bonchilla's enjoying today.
Yeah.
Just look at that. And here we have what is this? Oh, this is Reno Jones and Kid Cassidy, Gunhawks.
Oh, yeah, Gunhawk. Yeah. Another short-lived series.
Yeah. I'm trying to complete all these. Just because. And here we have Reno Jones, Gunhawk, number 7 in this solo adventures. Just some stuff you don't see every day.
No.
There we go.
All right. There we go. And I think I kept it right there so I wouldn't lose my place. And there we go.
Yeah, like I say, Dr. Von Jill says howdy to Robert and howdy to Night Tiger. And yeah, we've seen that one too.
Okay. Yeah.
And Robert saying howdy, John. Michael saying, hey, Night Tiger. And Jason Nutter says, you read it all. Wally West is the best Flash.
Boo. Boo. Boo.
But I am really enjoying the Absolute Flash book that's out right now. It's really good. Have you read that one?
No, I haven't picked up the new Flash. I haven't bought a Flash in a long time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good book.
Whoops.
And
But I put it on there.
Better than the Beatles. Changed my mind. Hey, I'm a big Beach Boys fan too. I mean, this debate can go on and on and on. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to say I really love both bands. So for different reasons.
Yeah.
And Triple P says, say it again, Jason Nutter. 100% agree.
Oh no, not you two. You've corrupted Andrew. Oh no.
And Triple P says Kyle Rayner is the best Green Lantern.
No.
Agree to disagree on that one.
Andrew, my mom says we can't play anymore. Just kidding.
And Jason says the Monkees are better than Beatles, and you can't change my mind. LOL. I'm a big Monkees fan, so there are arguments both ways about the Monkees, and of course I'm a huge fan. I got the albums and all that stuff, but I did get to see them. Well, 3 of them in the late '80s, early '90s. Mickey, Peter, and Davey. I got to see them. Mike wasn't with them at the time, but it was a good show. They put on a good show for the crowd.
Wow. And you know me, I love the Monkees.
Oh yeah. And DS says I was October of '61.
Oh, there you go. So just a little before me.
Oh yeah, there's some old guys in this chat. Wow.
Yeah, some dinosaurs here.
And Worrell says I was born in May '71. Can someone change my nappy diaper?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you'll have to call home health for that.
Yeah.
Michael says it's a tough call though between Lennon and McCartney. Oh yeah, these debates could go on forever. So yeah. And Scotty says Ted Cord was the best Beatle.
I'm with you.
Yep. And Triple P says August 1973 is my date of birth. Oh, he's a youngin'. Well, he is. And he also says, agreed, Scotty. I guess you do know. And do you need help tying your shoes, Triple P?
Oh, no.
And Jason there says, agreed, Scotty. Ted Cord is the best Beatle.
Hey, we're all in agreement there.
And Andrew also says, no, Werewolf, I have Velcro instead of laces. Smart man.
Ah, yes.
He's having a laugh about that. And Jacob says, Revolver was on Apple label. Sweet. Actually, it was on Capitol first, and then I think they did like an Apple version. But that's that's weird now because it's a Capitol sleeve, but it's an Apple LP. So they might have combined something there on me. I don't care. I just wanted to listen to it. And of course, before that, they were on Parlophone. So there we go. Whatever label you like. And Worrell says, good call. Back to the Future style. Love it. Dr. Von Chill says, she said, and For No One are my favorite songs from Revolver. Yeah. I love all those songs. Those are great. And Michael says, I like to refer to Beatles Revolver as the second half of their career, meaning the style of their music. Yeah, I like all their stuff to an extent, but probably that middle period with Revolver and Rubber Soul and Magical Mystery Tour, Help, around those times, 65, 66. I mean, I like the later stuff, and like you, sir, I like the earlier stuff. It was more, I guess, commercial and bubblegum sounding. But so I like them all, but that middle period is my favorite. And Werewolf says, "And Your Bird Can Sing" is a killer tune. Yeah, that was on the Parlophone version. Yeah.
Ah.
And Andrew says, "Eleanor Rigby is a masterpiece." I will have to agree.
Cool beans.
And Ron says, "My birthday marks two memorable comic book events. The year and month is when Amazing Fantasy 15 hit the stands. The day is the same as Jack King Kirby's birthday." Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow. Cool beans, Maranya. Nice. All right. And we get the pause line again.
Pause line again.
All righty. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. What am I going to show this time? All right. Ugh. What do I got? Well, I got some. I can show some westerns to start off with. You got Weird Western Tales number 12.
Nice.
If my camera would work. So, and Weird Western Tales number 14.
Yeah, I always like that cover.
Yeah, that's a good one. And number 16. I only bought the even number issues for some reason.
That's odd.
But a bunch. There we go with number 17. Oh, how did that get in there? It's great early Jonah Hex stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Here's number 18. That's Lancelot Link up there, I think.
All for 20 cents.
There you go. 2 dimes. Here's number 19. And number 20.
Yeah.
And 21.
Yeah, I love the artists on that. Tony DiZuniga and Luis Dominguez.
That guy is not going to end well there. Let's see. Number 22.
Yep.
I like that cover. That's just a...
Yeah.
I like the way they made... they did Hex back here. It just kind of looks kind of serious and foreboding.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's some westerns. Let's see what else we got here. What is this? This is a bunch of hodgepodge. I have no idea what's in this stack. We're starting off, though, with Mr. Miracle number 7.
That's a good way to start. I just watched an episode of Justice League Unlimited. Had him and Big Barda and Oberon on it.
Oh, yes. Nice. This is Lois Lane, number 136, with a guest appearance by Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I like that one.
And, there's some old Justice League, 61.
Yeah.
And 63.
Superman beating his chest.
Oh, whoops. Oh, don't be falling down here. All right. And we got some, I think this is Eric Kay's, I think, period that he likes. This is 139.
Yeah. Yeah, that started the run from 139 with the giant size books.
Great Neil Adams cover right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And here is 144.
Another version of the Justice League origin right there.
A lot of great guest stars in this one too.
Oh yeah. That
Child-
kind of Showcase 100. You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
They tried to fit everybody that had ever appeared in Showcase, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, you had like the Challengers and Buona Beast and Angel and the Ape and
All crammed into a story.
oh yeah.
147. Got the team up with the Legion and JSA and JLA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was really excited when that one came out because that was like my 3 favorite teams at the time. Still pretty much are. Yeah.
And the second part of that story, which is 148.
Yep.
Alrighty, and then let's see. I'll just grab a few out of here, and then we'll get back to the Peanut Gallery. Strange Tales 121. I'll put you here. Here is Strange Tales number 122. Classic Tales of Human Torch and Doctor Strange. Here is number 123. And 124 with Paste Pot Pete. Gotta love old Paste Pot Pete.
Oh, Paste Pot.
Never got any respect. He was the Rodney Dangerfield of criminals.
You're right.
This 125. Guest star in the Submariner.
Yep. Nice.
And then number 126. The Deadly Duo. And 127. Featuring a mystery villain.
They're all mystery until they show their ugly face.
And last but not least, number 128, we got Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch guest starring.
Nice.
Oh, my. All righty. Those will go right back there. So let's get back together again. All righty. Okay, there's the line. And Werewolf by Lunchtime. Agreed, Triple P, he says, with thumbs up. And Triple P says, Maranya, are you a fellow Virgo? Well, that's one thing. I do know July is Cancer. And so I know that much. But that's, I think, the only horoscope thing that I know. Mike Dill says, I don't live too far from the Dakota. I'm on 96th Street, and Dakota is on 72nd Street.
Nice. Talking about where John Lennon used to live.
Ah, okay. All right. And Maranya says, yes, I am indeed, Triple P. My husband's a Cancer. He's a month and 11 days before me, birthday-wise. Cool beans. A fellow Cancer. Scotty says, for B-side songs, I love the U2 stuff, like the song with Walk to the Water. So beautiful, he says. I'm not familiar with it myself. Dr. Von Chilla says, yeah, I suppose you could say I stalked the country for a couple of hours 30 years ago.
Another claim to fame for Dr. Von Chilla.
Oh, man. Oh, Scotty says, Rich Buckler dressed like Tigra and made appearances. Barf. What? No, I don't know. Michael Taylor says, I have some rare Beatles 45s and LPs and other related collectibles. Beatles are another pop culture love of mine. Cool bean. Awesome. Triple P says, don't judge Scotty. Dr. Von Chilla says, Michael Taylor and James Dean's apartment is at 19 West 68th Street. Been there many times, he says.
Oh, so John's a professional stalker. Okay. What? Okay. That makes
Oh, professional. Oh, ha, ha. Michael Taylor says, I'd love to see a good Hulk movie. Yes, me too. Me too, Michael. Michael Taylor says, John, very cool. Wasn't aware of Dean, though. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. Michael Taylor says, I was big into the Hulk TV show. I bought packs of Hulk cards in the 70s. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that was a big deal for me because it was like, you know, not only do we get the superheroes on TV again with the Amazing Spider-Man and Wonder Woman, but they had my buddy the Hulk. Dr. Von Chilla says, Michael Taylor, there's a marker on 19th West 68th Street placed there fairly recently by Jimmy's family. The guy that lives in Jimmy's top floor apartment has been there for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Little tidbit.
I guess so. Wow. Scotty says, I just posted 3 comic haul videos from Thursday, found some interesting stuff, and would like to know if the obscure stuff I found is good from y'all indie readies. Cool beans. So if you get a chance, everybody check out Scotty's channel and watch his 3 new comic haul videos that he's putting up. That he put up from Thursday. So, and maybe you can help him out and let him know what you think about the obscure stuff. Cool beans. Michael Taylor says, exactly, Shannon. How's David more manly than Bruce? Yeah. There's no answer for that. The Jackson Worker says, don't let a David hear you guys say that. Scotty says, David killed a giant. Bruce, well, that name became cooler in the 80s with Bruce Springsteen. Jay Lucian is with us. How are you doing, Jay?
Welcome, Jay. Glad you're here.
Cool beans. Thanks for spending part of your morning with us. We appreciate it, my friend. Cool beans. Jackson Roy Kirk says, Jay! And Jay says, what? The Jackson Roy Kirk says, ha! And Jay is laughing. Scotty says, I get multiples when I look up the wrong title. I just got a duplicate of Fantastic Four House of M. Guess I didn't look up the right thing on CLZ. Dr. Von Chilla says, Gil Kane was whooping butt on those John Carter covers. There you go.
He absolutely was.
Yes, sir. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Bruce is still cool in the 2020s. I saw him live 3 times in the last 15 years and touched him every time. Wow. One of my friends from work, one of my best friends from work back in the 80s and stuff, he was a big Bruce Springsteen fan. Big thing. He would take the day off when his album would be released and take the day off and go to make sure he could get a copy off the truck. So, very cool. Yeah. Scotty says, Bruce Jenner? Werewolf by Lunchtime. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Roy Kirk, Scotty. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, I hear they made sure you won't touch him again, Werewolf.
Yeah, I wouldn't go touch that one at all.
Yeah, for standing order in the USA. Werewolf by Lunchtime. It's been a while since an Australian tour, Jackson. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, a guy named Bruce Roy Kirk would be the manliest of men. Men. Diabetic Superman says, I agree with Jackson. Don't let a David hear you say that. He might get angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Well, by lunchtime says, he crowd surfed, hence the touching. Ah. I never understood the crowd surfing. I would think that would be so dangerous as a performer. You know?
Right.
B. Jackson Moorkirk says, ha, DS. Michael Taylor says, growing up, I had a next door neighbor named Pearl. Didn't look like her, though. Okie dokie. And Dr. Von Chiller says, my multiple copy illness wasn't about completing any series. It was about just see the book, buy the book. Thor 207, I know that's his favorite. Creatures on the Loose, number 16. The Demon, number 1, another nice one. Cap 159, yep, that's cool. Conan 18, I can't remember that one. Among a few others. Oh, yes.
The Windsor Smith run, Conan 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans. The Jackson Rourke says, Skull the Slayer, issue 8, covered by Jack Kirby, Marie Severin, and Frank Giacoa. Thank you so much, Jackson, for that. So they must have kind of. I could see Marie over Jack Kirby in that main figure right in the front, the main character. Yeah. So I could see that a little bit because it definitely rounded off what usually was sharp Kirby edges.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Jackson. Michael Taylor says, she's hotter than my neighbor Pearl. And Michael Taylor's laughing. And Michael Taylor says, very cool book, Shannon. Absolutely. And Scotty says, Mini Pearl. Oh, no. Oh, howdy. Diabetic Superman, cool book, Shannon.
Thanks, sir.
Miranda says, good morning to Jay. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, I have some WD-40 for your squeaky bottom if you need it, Rob. I do have a can of it over there just in case. But yeah, this thing gets squeaky. It's an old chair. I used to have this used to be from my work, from my office that I just took it home. So Mike Taylor says Beach Boys were a great band. I always liked the Beach Boys. They're what was the Big Yellow album? I can't think of what the name of it was. So
Big Yellow.
Anyway, I still have that album in my collection. I was a big.
I got to see him a couple times in the late '80s. It was a great show.
That's one thing never appealed to me for some reason. I don't know why. Was actually going to concerts of big bands like that and stuff. It just never. I never felt like I wanted to do that for some reason. I don't know whether it was the crowds or trying to figure out the logistics of how to get there or anything like that. But I never,
something. I don't know. You're a communist or something, man.
A communist? Don't let the red hat fool you. Oh, but I think I went to see, I can't remember any. I used to go and see local bands that we knew that had records like what was not, I wanted to almost said the Oak Ridge Boys, but it wasn't them. It was the Shaw Brothers. They were a folk duo and put out a lot of albums. One of them was, they both were in, I can't remember the name of the group, but they were the ones who first come out with that song that Coca-Cola took over. I'd like to teach the world to sing. They were part of that group that first did that song.
I got you.
Way more information than anybody wanted. Dr. Von Chilla, the Kill King goodness is overwhelming today, he says. There we go. Well, by lunchtime says, God only knows the Beach Boys were not as good as the Beatles. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a little tongue-in-cheek humor there. God Only Knows is one of my favorite songs. And I think it is actually one of Paul McCartney's favorite songs.
So that's a God Only Knows is a Beatles song?
Yeah, look up the Pet Sounds album.
Pet song. Okay.
God Only Knows, Sloop John B, Wouldn't It Be Nice? You know, all that good stuff.
Nah. That is that Beach Boys or Beatles though?
Beach Boys, Pet
It's Beach
Sounds.
Boys. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I recognize some of those when you said those. I recognize those, but I thought those were Beach Boys ones. But I was getting confused. Doesn't take much with this pea brain of mine. So Dr. Von Chilla says Mike Nesmith was always my favorite monkey.
Yeah.
I gotta admit that of the songs that were released on their albums and stuff, I always seem to like Mike Nesmith's songs the best.
Oh yeah, I loved his stuff. There was Girl I Knew Somewhere, and Papa Jean's Blues, and What Am I Doing Hanging Around?
Yes,
stuff was Nesmith.
Yes, I have those. I took all those and have them on my Spotify list that I listen to.
Yeah,
so you're not alone, Dr. Von Chilla.
And of course, later on, you know, he formed the first national band after the Monkees and had that song Joanne and
Joanne,
and just a lot of good stuff.
Yep.
Of course, a lot of people don't know that big Linda Ronstadt hit "Different Drum" that was written by Mike Nesmith.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
And the old Mary Mary, that was a good one. Yeah, we could go on and on with this stuff.
But I just find that funny because I thought it was funny in and of myself. I just thought I was bizarre or weird for picking out his songs out of all of the groups.
Yeah.
His songs were the ones I genuinely liked the best. And I just thought, wow, I wonder if anybody else felt like that. And now it's nice to know that others do.
Yeah. Well, you know, like a lot of when the Monkees kind of got control of their own musical destiny, as it were, and then album sales plummeted. You know, they had a lot of good fun stuff. I mean, you know, the song that you hear later on in the last couple of Monkees seasons of the TV show that called "For Pete's Sake," that was the theme to the closing of Monkees TV show. Love is understanding; it's in everything we do. Peter Tork wrote that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I had forgotten that there was a different ending to it till you just did that, and it's like, oh yes, I remember that now.
Yeah, that was the Peter Tork vehicle right there.
Wow, cool beans! I'm learning musical knowledge today. I love it. Hey, Psychotronic Squid Aaron's with us.
Welcome, sir. Glad to see you.
How you doing, Aaron? It was great. Me and Aaron had a little get together, did one of those live streams the other night and had a great time just sharing stories and sharing some comics. So cool beans. He says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, Lady M, and the Peanut Gallery. Laughing and giving the thumbs up. Great to have you with us, Aaron, man. Hope everything's going well. Maranya says, looks wise, my favorite Beatle was George. He was way hotter than John or Paul. Dad, I don't have a horse in the race.
I was wondering how you were going to handle that
one. Like, whoops, okay. But I don't music wise, I don't know. I still kind of like Ringo. And the Jackson Roy Kirk says squirt. And Psychotronic Short Gun Aaron says JRK. And good to see you. Good morning to you. I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just making up words. I'm just going to make them up. Good morning to you, Aaron. And Rekina, says Maranya. And Damien, Sleepy Rita 666. How you doing, Damien?
Welcome, Damien.
Great to have you with us once again, my friend. He says, good morning, citizens of Comicstopia.
There we go. Yeah, I just watched one of his videos. I think it was yesterday. He had a book called The Pencils and Inks of Jack Kirby. It kind of featured like the original art of like Omac and Commandy and the Demon. It was really good stuff.
Oh wow, yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
I got that. I just had where. Oh, right here. You mentioned the demons. That's I finally got most of my demons together.
oh, cool.
So, but oh, and that was one of those ones where I thought I needed a couple more. No, I had the one or two that I needed, but there is still one. I think I thought I had number one, but I can't find it yet. So I may have to break down and get a number one here.
Yeah,
So
he thinks he did. He thinks he did.
yeah, I think that was probably maybe more just hoping extremely high.
Right.
And Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron says, nice y'all are talking Beatles. Yes, sir. Little music lesson today. And Maranya says, John, Mike was my favorite monkey as well. I thought he was way cuter than Davy or Mickey. There you go. I always wanted Davy's haircut, though. I did. I wanted that style of haircut, Bobby Sherman style of haircut, you know.
You might as well grow it out, man. You could probably pull it off.
Wasn't going to happen in my house. Listen, you hippie, you're going to go to the barber shop today. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of those things when I got into playing music, you know, I grew my hair out. I was probably like a freshman or sophomore in high school and broke my dad's heart. He's like, I thought you weren't going to grow your hair long. Oh, well, you know, I'm 15 and cocky and, you know, you can't tell me what to do anymore. That sort of thing.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think most of us have been through that, unfortunately. And yeah, and then it got to be, okay, well, the barber moved away. Oh, well, can't go to the barber no more.
Right.
Well, suddenly my mother became quite the barber.
That's awesome. Like for 30 years, my mother was my barber.
Same here. Same here. She still cuts my hair. To this day, she cuts my hair. So, and that was back in high school. So that was like my sophomore year, I think. So she's been cutting my hair since then. So I ain't paid for a haircut since then.
Right. Aren't mothers wonderful?
Yes, they are.
That's, you know.
We should have a day to celebrate them. Hey, what about tomorrow?
Man, you just keep coming up with these great ideas.
Oh. As you can hear the channels turning. Click, click, click.
You're like, really? Eye roll.
And Aaron says, thank you, Lady M. He also says, good seeing you, Damien. And Maranya says, good morning to Damien and Millie. And Jason says, say it again, Andrew, Kyle. Andrew, Kyle Rayner is the best. Met Ron Mars at the Free Comic Day get together there. All cool beans. You got to meet Ron Mars.
Yeah.
Still, Hal Jordan is the best. And right behind him is Tomar Ray. So there.
Yeah. Probably after the Superman movie comes out, everybody's favorite will be Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. If you start seeing a lot of those style haircuts, man, I just lose it.
That's what's so funny, man. I mean, they are really hating him just because of that haircut. You know, well, that's the way he looks. You know, he's comic accurate. You know.
Yeah, I think it works for the comics. I'm curious to see how it goes for the movie, but to see people in that, real people wearing that, I don't know. It might be kind of humorous to me.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sleepy Rita says, meow, Maranya. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, I hope our friend Sly is still watching. Ranger Sly. And he says, did someone say Western? There you go, Ranger. And Dr. Von Tilda says, my beloved friend Ellis graduated high school in the spring of 1938. At the same time, Action Comics #1 was on the newsstand. Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Holy cow. Ellis was awesome, man.
Yeah, I miss seeing him and Ellis in those videos.
Yeah, exactly. That used to be some fun videos, you know. Cool beans, man.
Yeah.
And now it won't. Why can't I? It won't let me. There we go. Why won't it let me show that one? Okay. Here we go. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, thanks, Rod. I got a mortgage, and now I have to buy those Jonah Hex comics behind my wife's back. I enjoy the risk, he says. You can hear the Mission Impossible theme playing. Ranger Sly says, yes, I am, Werewolf. I usually doing chores on Saturday morning, so I watch, but away from the keyboard. Don't comment much. And we appreciate you spending your Saturday with us, as always. And Dr. Vonchilla says, howdy, Damien. How are you doing, old buddy? Miranda says, I'm doing some tidying up here myself. Dishes in a bit. So fun. Not. Oh, let's see. Diabetic Superman says, Weird Western Tales, number 15, had a El Diablo cover on it. Jonah Hex wasn't even mentioned in it. Yeah. And Sleepy Rita 666 says, hi, Aaron, Dr. John, Wolfenstein, Mealtime, Ranger Sly, Jackson, Jace. He's covering everybody. And Eric K is with us.
Nice. Hey, Eric.
How you doing, Eric? He says, hey, everyone. Ah, yes, the era of the double-sized giants of the Justice League. Not a bad issue in the bunch. I agree as well. All right. Dishes. Jason says, dishes are our only fun, Maranya. Dishes are only fun, Maranya. Is the music blasting while you're doing them? Cool beans. What do you say? You want to show some more comics?
Sure.
All right. So let me just put that there. Okay. And there you go.
All right, more hodgepodge from that same box. How about some Black Goliath?
Oh, wow. That's another one of those forgotten series.
Yeah, I love this character, man. And I did actually get to complete this one.
Oh.
Only 5 issues, but really liked it. Liked the character. Don't know why this isn't bagged, but here's number 2. And here he is. And that's not the Atom Smasher that I know, but,
And they didn't give old Bill Foster his due in the movies.
No. I think he was supposed to be in, that character was actually supposed to be in Thunderbolts 2. Or both in this current Thunderbolts movie, I mean.
Oh, you got to have a giant-sized guy. Come on.
There's number 3, and here's a character called Vulcan. He looks like a caveman version of Hyperion from the Squadron Supreme.
Oh, yeah, he does. Got the red and yellow and the red hair.
Yep, good stuff. I think there's some nice George Tuska art in this series. This is probably the only original I had of that. Here's number 4. People would give me comics once they found out I was, kind of into it. We don't want these. We're just going to throw them out. Hey, I want it. Got Rich Buckler and Don Heck on the art. And look, here's one with a cover. Stilt Man. And I do believe that is a Kirby cover, too.
I remember marking out big time during that Daredevil series that was on Netflix, I think it was. Or was it Disney? I can't remember which one it was. But in the background, in the garage of the guy, they had the Stilt Man legs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a Stilt Man. That's the Stilt Man's legs.
Yeah, that season of Daredevil Born Again, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. And here we go. Here's number 5, the last issue of that series.
Nice.
Gotta love these B and C listers. And here's another favorite character. First appearance, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice.
I really like that TV show, too. Really like that character.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And here's number 3. Mace is his name. Murder is his game. Got a cover by Billy Graham. He did a lot of artwork on Black Panther and Jungle Action. And here's number 12. I think I might have just showed this one recently in a haul. Here's number 19.
Nice.
And number 24, Black Goliath versus Power Man.
Aha.
Great cover. Number 34, Murder ×2.
Mm.
And number 36, Fighting Chemistro. Or Chemistro, however you want to say it. And here's number 40. You battled Big Brother and lost. Now you must die. No way, Turkey. Luke Cage fights to his last breath. At least he didn't call him Jive Turkey.
That's it.
And here we go. Here's a great cover, too. Number 42.
Nice.
Yeah, this series lasted a while.
Went through like 3 different name changes, didn't it?
Yeah, Iron Man, Iron Fist. Yeah, here's number 72 of that. Chaka is back. Everyone remembers Chaka.
Chaka Khan.
And here we have a water and moisture damaged copy of number 73. But this is a Frank Miller cover. And
Nice.
there's Space Knight on a rampage in a ROM. Yeah. And this was actually my first Power Man and Iron Fist book, guest starring Daredevil. Number 77.
Yeah.
In the late 70s.
I would pick up those ones where they'd have guest stars, and then like that one there, the Devil one, I'd put with the Daredevil comics.
And here we have Power Man and Iron Fist number 96. And Chemistro come back. Is it his final triumph?
Dun, dun, dun.
Or will Danny and Luke save the day? We don't know.
Stay tuned.
Here's number 105. One side has been, let a real hero handle this. And that, of course, is, oddly dressed man.
Yeah.
And here we got a good one. More Gil Kane goodness. Giant size Power Man, number 1.
Yeah. Nice. Square bound sweetness.
And Power Man and Iron Fist number 122. You can point a gun at me all you want, but I will beat you with the power of my yellow silk shirt. And my tiara.
My tiara. Oh, no.
Here we go. This one for you, Rod. You remember this one? Quest Probe featuring the Hulk.
Oh, yes. Yes. What was it? It was either 2 or 3 issues they had.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Wasn't it a video game?
Quest Probe starring Human Torch. Sorry. Human Torch and the Thing.
Yeah. Cool beans.
And we got a 7-Eleven premium. And Medrog would like this one. I'm sure he's got it. Marvel Comics Collector's Edition. Together for the first time, Spider-Man, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Woman versus the Enchantress, the Wizard, Rhino, and the Trapster. The Secret of the Power Crown from 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's neat. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's neat.
And here we have the first issue of Red Sonja. She-Devil with a sword.
Do.
Yeah, on Higgins videos, we always see the sword. We never see Sonja. I want to see Sonia. I want to see Sonia.
Red Sonja, how long you known ya?
Yeah, we got some ROM, Space Knight, fabulous first issue.
There you go.
Yeah, there are a lot of these series I'd like to complete. There are too many good books. And here we have the first issue of Kazar featuring Daredevil and X-Men, a big square bound.
Oh yes, that's the naughty cover.
This is the naughty cover, yes.
Yep, that's the naughty cover.
The naughty cover. And Kazar number 2. Got a cool little date stamp there. Got
Nice.
Daredevil down here. And the Power Mad Plunderer. Plunderer.
And they just kind of were like little, it wasn't like Kazar had a series at that time. It was just, they just put out those special
issues. And then a little bit later on, he had his own series too.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was just like, wow, did he have that much popularity, or was it that much of a test tryout?
Yeah, here's number 3, another square bound beauty. Guest starring Spider-Man and Daredevil. Well, I do have the complete run of that one. What do you know? Just a couple more. Here's some of the aforementioned Kazar series. Here's number 4. Great Frank Bruner cover.
Cool.
Which I got to meet Frank Bruner and got a sketch on my wall from Frank.
Cool.
And here we have Kazar number 8. I think some guy from Richmond, Kentucky owned this. I'm not sure. All right, that's all I got.
All righty.
A little bit of oddball cornucopia for you.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something that I don't normally do, and that's I'm gonna jump down to where I think folks are gonna start commenting on what you just showed. So I apologize to everybody who won't have their thing read in this particular section today. I hope you understand. I do want to say that there is Kevin, Vinyl Collector, has joined us.
Nice.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man.
The music video for Coming Up first appeared on Saturday Night Live. Paul made a guest appearance. Guido Sarducci. Yeah, I remember Father Guido Sarducci from SNL. Interviewed him live from London. I always liked that character for some reason.
All righty, let's see here. Trying to read and I can't see. There we go.
And Werewolf says also lead actor in Lilyhammer. He played a gangster as well. Bruce made a guest appearance in the final season. Great show.
Cool.
And Dr. Von Chill says, you're thinking of the Beach Boys' Endless Summer album, Rodney. Yep.
That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you so much, John. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, that was one of the compilation albums. That was a good one. Yeah.
Great album. Great album.
And Mike Tuff said, yeah, God Only Knows and Good Vibrations, etc. Great tunes. Yep.
Yep. You're right, Michael.
And this guy says, Endless Summer 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite movies. I wore those VHS tapes out.
Yep, sorry. Got trigger finger.
And Karen said, Pet Sounds was great. A Beach Boys response to Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper was the Beatles' response to Pet Sounds. And he also says, my favorite Nez song is Tapioca Tundra. Yeah, that's a good one. And Robert Harrison says, God Only Knows was a 45 also. Yeah. And Michael says, John, yes, Endless Summer is the title of the album Rod was referring to.
Yep. Cool beans.
And Jason says, wait, are we talking greatest band of all time? Because that's Huey Lewis in the News. I liked Huey. I got to see him in concert. That was a good concert. And Damon says, my very first album was the Partridge Family. There we go, Rod. Clearly better than the Monkees, Beatles, or Beach Boys. And almost one of these.
Damien, I'm right there with you, man. I love the Partridge Family. I love Bobby Sherman. I love the Archies, all those bands. But Partridge Family was. Do I have my card over here? No, I don't have the card. I actually have a card from the wax packs that they used to have because I remember getting it when their song, I Think I Love You, was the big smash and everything. And I got the card with the words on the back so I could actually know what to sing when I was outside swinging on the swing set, right? So, but I was able to buy one off of eBay, so I have one now.
Okay, and I'm going to break everybody's heart here that's a Partridge Family. David Cassidy and Shirley Jones were the only ones to sing on those albums. The rest of the music was, I think, probably done by the Wrecking Crew, and musicians will know what I'm talking about. And another thing, too, I think on some of those albums, they sped David Cassidy's voice up a little bit in that because they thought he didn't sound young enough.
I knew that because I've seen a couple different things on that and stuff like that. But when I listen to the music, I still love it.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Nope, it doesn't. I just love the music. So it's just super cool.
And Doc One says, Davy Jones had a horse from an hour up the river from me here in central Pennsylvania. Yeah. He was a jockey before he became a superstar. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, cool. See, I'm learning all kinds of stuff today.
Yep. And Scotty says, at a yard sale a few months ago, I picked up some really old LPs by the Osmonds, Partridge Family. And remember, 25 cents each. You can't leave them in the sun. This is true.
No, I forgot about the Osmonds. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
And Michael says, I think the very first 45 I bought was Elton John's Harmony. Played that song to death in the early 70s.
I don't recognize the title of it, but I'm sure I recognize the song. You know.
And I think my first 45 was Watching Scotty Grow.
I love that one. Love that song. Love it.
And Worrell says, Mrs. Werewolf has just returned. She stole one of my beers. And you're still married to her. Wow.
Holy cow.
Hold on. Michael Tyson says, Ringo was a lefty that drummed as a right. This is true. And Michael says, right. He says, that is right. Right. Everybody's right. There says Ringo is very, very underrated. Yeah. I think a lot of people kind of looked at him as a clown, but, the guy was like one of the best drummers ever. And still out touring in his 80s, with the Ringo All-Star Band.
Yep.
And Scotty says, I think Pluto is cuter than Mickey.
Okie dokie.
We went off on a tangent. Okay. And Aaron says, yes, Damon, I really enjoyed your Kirby video yesterday. Love that hardcover book you got there, my man. Yeah, it was a good one. Do not look for it on eBay. You will not like the price.
Oh.
Fellow says, I have Davy Jones' locker. And Tippus Mars says, that's not Mike Nesmith's real hat, though. If you know, you know. Yeah. And Worrell says, even though Mickey walks around naked. Okay. And Mickey walks around with shorts and suspenders. Donald is the streaker. Okay. And Jason says, anybody else mention Mike Nesmith's mom created Whiteout? Yes, she did.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
And she sold it to the Gillette Corporation for $47 million. Thus, Mikey never had to work again because he inherited it.
Can you even fathom a life like that? That much money in your bank account? Can you? I can't. I can't imagine how that would feel. Just knowing that you don't have to worry about health care or anything the rest of your life.
Yeah. And Worrell says shorts and suspenders, wolf whistles income. And Scotty says, no one will like Guy Gardner. He's the lantern you love to hate. That's probably going to be the case for most people. But we do have the Lanterns TV show coming out next year, so we got that. And
Oh,
he's
that's
supposed to be in that show too, yeah.
Yep.
And Sleeper says, thanks, Aaron. Jason says, I love Guy Gardner, Scotty. Yes, even when he was Warrior. Yeah, I like Gardner, but I couldn't stomach Warrior. And I actually have some of the Warrior books in my collection.
Me too.
And Mike says, John, hopefully Ellis bought 10 copies of Action 1 off the newsstands.
Oh, that would have been great. Huh? Wow.
And Scotty says, I love reading Guy Gardner. He's hilariously offensive. Yep. One Punch. Yep. We all know that panel.
That's it. One punch, baby.
And Jay says, oh, yeesh, Rod probably still love Nort. Nort, yeah. Some people still call it Gnort. And I'm like, no, it's just Nort.
Jason just likes to push all my Green Lantern buttons.
Oh, man. I was kind of fond of Chip myself.
I always liked Hal Jordan, and I liked Tomare.
Yeah. And Ron says, hey there, Eric, Ozzy, Harriet, Annalie, and Martin.
Got them all in there.
And she says, Scotty actually liked Guy 2 times. Once when Batman 1 punched him, and then when he became a Red Lantern. And John says, I've asked this Beetle trivia before, but here it is again. Who is the only blue-eyed Beetle among the brown eyes? That would be Ringo.
I did not know that. I didn't know that. So I'm learning trivia too. Cool bean.
All the monkeys were brown-eyed.
I did not know that.
And Marania's given the link to watch One Punch for Batman and Guy here reading on the Geeky Puppet Show. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You can watch them read that One Punch episode.
Yeah. Ron says, I want to say it's Ringo, John, but I could be mistaken. Ringo, yeah. Dr. Valentine, ding, ding, ding. It is indeed Ringo, Marania. Hey, I got it first.
Yeah.
And the comic collector's in the house.
Hey,
Glad
great to have you with us.
He says, what's up? Oh, we're just talking about music and comics and, the stuff that old guys and gals do.
That's it. What us old farts do.
And Damon says the classic Luke Cage really pops off the cover. It was a big mistake to change his look in modern comics, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. And Werewolf saying hi to Tim. Comic saying, hey, Darren. Marania saying, hey there, CC. And Tim saying, hey, back to Marania. And John said, Robert, you squeaked in at the last second, too. Ringo is the blue-eyed Beetle. Yeah. Scotty says, I'm back reading comments. I got some weird comments that had nothing to do with my videos. 2 in a row from 2 different people. I'm not sure how the spam works for them, but have y'all gotten any?
Any? I haven't gotten anything weird. Nope.
Any. I ran out of letters.
It's clever, though.
Right.
Very clever.
And my cousin John, did Els ever mention to you that he saw Action Comics 1 on the newsstands? And John says, the Billy Graham Luke Cage is the stuff of Bronze Age legends. Seriously. Yeah. It's good artwork. That
I was going to say Billy Graham.
Yeah. Not the televangelist. He was a
my first thought is, superstar Billy Graham.
No, not him either.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a lot of great stuff on Black Panther, and of course, I'm going to mention, if John doesn't, one of his favorite storylines was the Panther's Rage from Jungle Action, and mine also. And he says Billy Graham, Luke Cage, is stuff of bronze. Yeah, seriously, yeah. And Scotty says, I always wonder what Quest Pro was, but have never seen the game. If it were a computer game, no knowledge of that.
Yeah, I want to say it was a video game, early video game thing, but I never saw one myself, Scotty. So you're not alone there.
And he says, Brandy took Rom to the prom. Scotty Z70, why is that Kazar naughty? Are you saying naughty? No, I'm saying like naughty, and there's a hidden bad word on the top of the tiger. So just look up Kazar1, look at the tiger, and then you'll see like where it's supposed to be grass. It's not really grass.
Yes. It is a notorious piece of history.
Yeah, and this is a semi, family friendly stream. So. And Michael Taylor says, very cool Kazar Spider-Man cover. And John says, Michael, he never specifically mentioned Action Comics 1, but he did say that he was interested in comic books but never had the money for them. Times were hard. Yeah. And Michael says, terrific book, Shannon. Thank you, sir. And Tempest says, are you going to be grabbing that ROM action figure, Shannon? Wow, I did not know there was one. I will be trying to grab that one, yes. Wow.
But they got a new one coming out, or is he talking about the original?
I'm not sure.
Because the original, I think, might cost a. Whew.
Yeah, if there's a new one coming out, I might try to get that one. I know there was one back in the day, but
yeah, I'd get one came out now, I'd get one myself. Yeah,
we'll see what the wallet says.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jackson says, understood, Rod. We've been extremely chatty today.
Well, thank you, Jackson. I appreciate that. I hate when we have to do that, but sometimes we have to do it in order to try and get a lot of the stuff in before we have to go. So thank you, Jackson. I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. And Mike said, okay, John, you never know. Maybe he did see it on the newsstands. And Scott says, I got that ROM action figure. Love it, Tempest.
Oh, cool. Beans. Is it you have the original? Is that what it is? I want to know. So
and Merle says you can't keep Jackson down once he keeps going.
No.
And Michael says Huey Lewis and the News was good. Yes, they were.
I remember my brother was into Huey Lewis and the News. He used to play their music a lot.
Yeah, I think one of the bands I was in a few years ago, I sung a Huey song. It was called Another Day Off. You remember that one? Yeah, it's a good little tune.
Oh.
Of course, in other bands we did, Heart and Soul and, Want a New Drug and Power of Love. That was in a recent band I was in, so yeah. And Tempest said, nice one, Scotty. I've got an order, but it's not out over here yet. Okay, must be a newer one. And Dr. V says, Michael, the drugstore where Ellis would have seen it is only 4 or 5 blocks from my house. It's a hair salon now. Wow.
Ooh, cool.
Yes. And Michael says, great theme song to the Partridge Family. Yep.
I do. I love all things Partridge Family. I got a couple of their albums here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Mariah says, my song, shame, is hearing the Beatles sing Lucy in the Sky with the Diamonds and thinking they did a great cover of Elton John's song. In my defense, I heard Elton's version first. Okay, we can forgive you that.
That's all right. That's right. So I got it. That's funny.
And Michael says, very cool, John. And Bobby says, yes, the Wrecking Crew is what did the music. Yep. And Dr. Valenshell says, Maranya, I'm not sure I can forgive this. And Michael says, Glenn Campbell was a member of the Wrecking Crew. Yes, he most certainly was. He played on a lot of the Beach Boys and the Beatles. I mean, the Beach Boys and the Monkees albums.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he was a session guy for a while, and then he was actually part of the Beach Boys for like 6 months. He took Brian's spot while Brian was having his mental breakdown and writing the lyrics to Pet Sounds.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah, he
cool.
played bass for a while. Had the pinstripes on and everything,
Yeah, because I've always been a fan of Glenn Campbell's music.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
He was at a place called Renfro Valley. It's just probably about 30 minutes from where I live. My son and I went and saw him in concert probably when he was a teenager. It's a great show.
Neat. Wow. Cool beans.
And Jason says, Shannon, Huey Lewis and the News was my first concert when I was 7 years old. Orchard Beach. Awesome.
Old Orchard Beach. Yes. It's about 45 minutes north of me. So love that place. Got some of the best pizza and French fries you could ever want.
And World said Glenn Campbell was an incredible guitarist. Yes, he was. And he did not read music. Paul McCartney did not read music. So there you go. You don't have to be.
Hey, so they got nothing on me because I can't read music either.
And Jackson says he was a lineman for the county. Yeah, him and Hickey worked together at one time.
There you go.
And Ron says classic Minnie Mouse in the 1930s is topless. Oh my. And hold on now, this show's getting too risque. We're gonna have to tone it down here. And Scotty says, I never use whiteout, but I do have an invention that allows me to see through walls.
Okay.
And Dr. Vonchell says, Ringo has been taking crap for decades. He is a Beatle, and the rest of us are not. That's all you need to say.
Bingo. Bingo. Bingo,
And
bingo.
You're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey. And like, you guys are making me crack up. We're already mentally unstable, so you know.
Yeah. Welcome to our world.
And John says, Mrs. Von Schiller just woke up. Sigh. I guess I got to go make lunch. And she has a hard time with the sandwiches. Sigh.
You should get pizza.
Yeah, there you go. Pizza. And Scott says, Rom the figure, he came with a little comic book. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I got to go be on the lookout for that.
And Jason says, wait, we can spam the show?
Jason.
And John says, Mickey Mouse was created by a Middletown resident named.
I'm going to look ahead just to make sure. Okay. I think it's okay.
Named Grove. Seriously. Okay.
I wasn't worried, really.
Did not know that.
I did not know that. Yeah, I was going to say I did not know that. Cool beans. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today.
Yeah. And John also said, argument can be made, but was lost in court. History is written by the winners, eh? Yep. Apparently.
Yes, sir. You are correct.
Ron says, Marvel Legends by Hasbro put out the ROM figure. They did him proud with the metallic look. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I got to try and find one of those. And that catches us up.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you.
I'd be talking about the original ROM figure. Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about the original one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we need to know. We know there was an original ROM. Is there a new ROM coming out? Because I'm getting confused.
Yeah, I think both.
If there's a new one coming out, man.
But I could be wrong. You know, I was wrong once back in 1984.
Well, you were just mistaken, right?
But I was just mistaken.
Jason, he says, I know you guys are almost done. Rod, if you can get a hold of me soon, I found some books at my mom's you might be interested in. I will do that, sir. Thank you very much for thinking of me. Appreciate that. So, yeah, we'll be in touch, brother.
And Damien says, hilarious show, guys. Now listening while taking a morning walk. Yeah, I'd walk away from this show, too, if I were you.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Back.
Scotty says, I also got the Crystar 6-inch Marvel's Legend figure. Oh, nice. Wow. Very cool. I know I have Crystar #1. I don't know if I have any other Crystars in my. I think I got another one. It's got the green cover with the Nightcrawler on it.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
And this is the new one that I speak of, says Maranya. Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool beans. Thank you, Maranya. Yeah, because I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. And Michael Taylor says, great show as always. Had a blast, Rod, Shannon, and fellow chatters. Have a great Mother's Day and upcoming week. And you as well, Michael. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us once again.
Hey, thanks for always being here, Michael. You have a great weekend.
Take care. Scotty says, yes, the new ROM is 6-inch Marvel Legends.
Nice.
Keep an eye open.
And Scotty says, I opened it on my channel. Oh, awesome.
Oh, cool. So I'll be able to see it right away. Cool. And Maranya says, take care, Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the nuts of the day, the foofs, the studio audience, and Maranya's legion of peanut pets. Stay safe, cool, and hydrated. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you once again, Maranya, for all you do for the show and help keep us in line and keep us on track. So thank you so much.
Have a wonderful weekend. And Dr. Von Chill says, the earliest Mickey Mouse toys were manufactured here in Middletown, PA. Disney encountered Mickey at the train station in Harrisburg, PA.
Really?
Nice.
I did not know. See, I'm learning all kinds of cool stuff, man. That's neat. I did not know that. Jason says Bonanza and other westerns.
And John says, Mrs. V. Vonchilla burnt the broccoli, but I'll forgive her.
Oh, it just hit me what Jason was saying there when he was talking about the comics. Okay, yeah, I'd be interested in those. So I'll get in touch with you, my friend. So thank you once again.
Nice.
So you read John, and I think that catches us up with everybody.
All right.
Holy cow! 20 minutes of one. So you got anything special going on this weekend?
Well, got a gig tonight from 7 to 10, so that's not too bad. It's only about 20 minutes away, and it's a quick drive on the interstate and just off the exit, so that makes it good. I'm gonna go out and find a little something for my mom for Mother's Day, and go up there tomorrow. And, she's going to cook my favorite meal for my birthday, and then it's a good country meal. Going to have some ribs and some fried potatoes and beans and cornbread and, just some good stuff.
Cool beans.
I took a vacation day because with the way our vacation days and everything fall, it doesn't go January to December. Our fiscal goes from like May to April. So when the first of May rolls back around, we get all our vacation days and personal days back. So I always schedule my birthday off every year. So I've not worked on my birthday for the last 7 years.
Nice. I used to do the same thing. I'd take my birthday off. Yep.
So. If I can be off, why would I want to be here?
Oh, and we got Jackson Roy Kirk saying, wishing everybody a great weekend and great week. You too, Jackson. Thanks again for hanging out with us once again. Appreciate it. Have a great week. And Robert Harrison 2.0 says, happy trails to you. Until next time. And Robert, have a great weekend. If you get a chance, check out Robert Harrison 2.0. He's probably got his movie reviews up, I would bet. Always does movie reviews, and he's got some comic videos he put up recently. So lots of stuff to check out on Robert's channel.
Stuff, yeah. Movies, comics, music. Check out Bob's channel, please.
There you go. Dr. Vonchilla says, seriously, I encourage everyone to research the true origins of Mickey Mouse. He was created here in Middletown, PA, and I'll die on that hill, he says.
He's serious, folks.
Cool. Scotty says, and knowing is half the battle. There you go. And Sleepy Rita Damien says, happy 36th birthday, Shannon.
Thank you so much. You're my new best friend. Happy 36th.
I love it. I love it.
I wish.
I am one of us, says Mickey. Dr. Vonchilla. And Dr. Vonchilla says, lots of fun to see you all next week. And in the meantime, please love yourselves. Thank you so much for joining us, John. It's always a pleasure to see you in the Peanut Gallery, man.
Yeah, surely.
And I think that does it. Catches us up once again.
So what do you got going on this weekend?
Well, we got believe it or not, a wrestling pay-per-view. And you know what comes with a wrestling pay-per-view?
Pizza.
So, yeah, I'll be doing that this afternoon or this evening. Probably hanging out, chatting with my son or texting with my son about it. So that'll take up the rest of the night, and then tomorrow is just gonna be resting, man. Catch up
Yeah,
on my sleep.
there you go. Yeah. Speaking of pizza, that might be when my wife and I go out Monday. We got a favorite place about 35 minutes here. It's called Oh Chicago. You ever heard of
Oh
that pizza place?
no, but if it's Chicago style,
Oh man, it's awesome. I mean, they got pizza, they got sandwiches, subs. It's just all kinds of great appetizers. So it's great stuff.
oh wow, I envy you because
Place.
what's that?
I think you would like that place.
Yeah, yeah, I like Chicago style. I used to love Pizzeria Uno,
Yeah,
the chain, and they would make one like that. But they went out of business, and now there's not one close enough around to warrant me traveling.
I got
So, but I would, if I lived in Chicago, I'd be 800 pounds.
there you go.
Well, I hope you and the missus enjoy your day.
Yeah, hope you do too.
Yeah, cool beans. Well, all right. I think that's going to do it for us. And we'll get this up here. Hope to see everybody here again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll do it once again. Hopefully.
Oh,
Let's see.
hopefully.
That's it. Hopefully. I'm just trying to make sure I see my little things here. Man, my eyes were bad today. So, all right. Take care, everyone. You too, brother. We'll talk.
We'll see you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
And so, once again, our triumphant twosome have made the world a safer place in which to live.